Oh, wow. Ain't that a bitch? Now the thing is, I read the article about the woman getting shot by an ICE agent. This is this is where it draws the line here, folks. This is where it draws the fucking line, man. It does, man. I'm not buying that. I'm not. I ain't buying it. Because the thing is, ever since Trump came back into office to deal with the immigration bullshit, the whole thing is a lot of you haven't really caught on. You refuse to take the time to actually stop and think. Okay, you refuse to stop and think of why ICE is doing what they're doing. All right, because there's an ideology in the mix here. An ideology. Okay, that's really been brewing since 2016. Okay. Now the thing is, we have the midterm election this November, this year. And the Democrats are hoping that this year they would take everything back that they lost. Ain't going to happen. Because American people are tired of this bullshit, okay? They're tired of this bullshit because the thing is, with all this Muslim bullshit, with all this immigration crap, all this, look, some of you dumbasses out there who are attacking ICE, attacking uh, National Guard, I hope you get what you get. Means jail time, prison time, you know, federal charge, a felony. Because the whole issue is some of you are only getting tidbits. Tidbits. You're not getting the whole fucking story because the media only shrinks it down to where you get that you get all riled up over one small tidbit when you should be getting the source. Okay, the source. Okay, look, the media ain't going to give you everything. Okay, that's why you have independent media, right? This is why you have the independent media that's doing their job to get the source, the scoop that the mainstream corporate media will not give you. Okay, that's the thing. Now the thing is, I'm starting to really pay attention here. Okay, and it's really not good for anybody. Let's see here. Let's see here. see here. Now the whole thing is that people are getting shot. They're getting hurt because the thing is they're putting their dumb asses in harm's way. Okay, look, you're putting yourself in harm's way. Right now, look, I am for immigration. Okay, I am for protecting the border. Right. Okay, look, there are countries in South America that have good border, you know, and they want to protect the country, you know, just like we want to make sure that our country is safe, you know. I'm sitting here, you know, listening to this bullshit, you know, and I'm thinking, okay, well, my question is this. You're working yourself up stupid. Okay. You are basically completely working yourself up to a frenzy because the media is telling you this, media is telling you that. Look, stop listening to the media because most of the media is basically left wing. 80% of the media is left wing. Okay, it's left wing, 80%. And you know when you think about, you're wondering how would you know? Let's see, MSNBC, CNN, ABC, CBS. I mean, the whole BBC. I mean, look, the New York Times, the LA Times, the Washington Post. All look. The thing is, look, you're not going to get the story, the information you're looking for, because we all know the CIA is paying news outlets millions of dollars. Okay, they're paying off editors in chief at major newspapers because they want you dumbed down. Okay, dumbed down. Okay, look, when you have social media outlets, right, like Facebook and TikTok, and you know, or you're going to get bullshit, you know, but the alternative media like Minds, Gab, MeWe, Cloud Hub, Parlor, Getter, Rumble, you know, you are going to get something because the people are tired of the full blown censor of information. Okay, you have X, okay, X has been pretty good lately, you know, has been pretty good. So all this bullshit, okay. Look, the woman that the ICE agent shot, she was a provocateur. Okay, look, ICE agents have to do things to protect themselves. Okay, they have their face, right? Because they know that people have cameras. Because they know that they're going to get doxxed and all that shit. Look, you dumb motherfuckers out there that think it's so cool to threaten an ICE agent and his family. Okay, look, Threatening an ICE agent is a federal crime. Assaulting is a federal crime. It's federal. Okay. You're working yourself up stupid because you think, well, if I could kill me an ICE agent, I could be a martyr. No, you'll be a guy locked up because you either attempted to kill somebody or already killed somebody because you want to protect an illegal. No, send them back. Send them back. If they're not here illegally, and they didn't do, look, if they're here illegally, it did not go through a process where they could file for paperwork to become a citizen, go through a process, right? The right way. But no, they want to be lazy. They want to rely on your tax dollars, so they can be lazy. Ain't gonna work, right? In Minnesota, there's a fraud scandal. Welfare snaps fraud scandal, right? There's a small guy said, Democrats need to stop talking about the fraud or we won't vote for them. Who gives a fuck? Keep talking about it. Because we want you out of here. We want you gone. Okay? We want you gone. Okay? Now, if Ilhan Omar is involved, dude, remove the bitch. Revoke her citizenship, send the bitch back. Okay? Look, simple as that. Send the bitch back, right? Look, the SNAP program is for single mothers who are trying to raise, who are dealing with supporting her two kids on her own while working and need a little assistance. But no, Democrats gave these cocksuckers some things that they didn't earn or were eligible for. Okay, simple as that. Now, if you're here illegally and you're getting assistance, that should be for the American people who are going through a hard time, like being a single parent, taking care of two kids, working, trying to make ends meet, but need help. That's why you have the SNAP program. They bring in these leeches, by the way, the leeches, who don't do a fucking thing, don't want to do a fucking thing to contribute to society, They don't want to contribute to society, right? They want us to conform to their culture. Fuck their culture. Look, if you're here, if you want to be here, assimilate. But don't tell us that we gotta change our ways to feed your fucking bullshit. Ain't gonna happen, folks. Not gonna happen. No. Some of you may not like what I'm saying, but honestly, I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you're offended. I don't care. I'm saying something that's needed to be said. Okay, look, you got these morons who are saying we're going to make America a Muslim country. Yeah, I don't think so. Nice try, but take a good look across the country. Right? How many people are have guns legally have guns legally? And you say we're going to force them to convert. Yeah. Tell that to a guy with a Smith and Wesson. I don't think so. Tell it to a guy with a Sig Sauer. I don't think so. Tell that to a guy with a 357 Magnum. I don't fucking think so. Tell that to a guy with a 30 on 6. I don't think so. Right? This country, we fought the British and kicked their ass because we got tired of them busting in our homes, taking our shit for no reason. That's why we're where we're at now. We're not going to do, what they tell us. Fuck you! I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you! I won't do. I won't do what you tell me. You know, because the deciders, okay, the ones who really run this country, the deciders, the machine, they use force to make you do things that you don't want to do. Like the song says. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. People are tired, They're fucking tired. I live here in California, but won't say where. Our governor is a piece of shit. We have unions. Okay, we have unions that run the state. Okay, it ain't Newsom. It ain't Newsom. It's unions in California. Whoever has the money runs the state, and it's the unions in California that run the state. Because we have a guy who's ahead in the polls for governorship, and he's English from England, and he's winning. What would I do if I was governor of California right now? I would go after those unions. I wouldn't give a fuck how much money you have. I would use the full power of the state to go after those unions. I wouldn't give a fuck. See, you wouldn't want a Gen Xer as governor or president because we would fuck shit up. Okay. You wouldn't want a Gen X governor or mayor or president because we will fuck shit up, dude. We will. We will fuck shit up, dude. We will. And thing is, we wouldn't give a fuck about your feelings, man. We would just fuck it. We're gonna fuck shit up by doing things that these little bastards ain't got the balls to do because they're so fucking blinded, so fucking deaf, and completely moronic. Okay, idiotic. Okay, look, some of these little whiny Gen Zers out there and the young millennials. Your problem right now is you have no idea what you're up against. Okay, you have no idea. Okay, we're gonna laugh our asses off if we have a Gen X governor or president or mayor because we're gonna fuck shit up for them. And we're gonna do things where they're gonna have a hard time. Okay, they're gonna have a hard time. Gen X is the baddest generation ever. We're We're the generation that these little cunts are trying to shut up. I don't think so. You don't fuck with Gen X, man. You don't ever fuck with Gen X, okay? We are the last badass generation. I just turned 50. Okay, I'm 50. Never thought I would be 50, And Harry Sisson, go fuck yourself. Dan Withers, go fuck yourself, you fucking pansy. And I say things that needed to be said. Okay, because it's needed to be said. All right, and I will make it clear. I want to make it clear. I'm sitting here and I'm sitting here just like really. You have Mayor Portland.
All right, good evening. My name is Mike Leonard. I'm the Public Information Manager here at the Portland Police Bureau. I want to welcome everybody and thank you for joining us on such short notice. We're here to address the shooting incident involving federal agents in southeast Portland earlier this afternoon. We have a number of speakers, including Mayor Keith Wilson, Governor Tina Kotek, and many others who I will let introduce themselves as they come to the podium. We'll begin with Chief Bob Day.
Portland authorities hold a briefing after federal agents shooting into two. Now that they're saying the thing is, what they're not telling you, they're not telling you the whole thing. Okay, Portland has been a mess since Antifa came in. Okay, now Portland has this roast parade annually every year. They threatened the town if they need to cancel their roast parade. If they don't, they're going to have 2,000 people down there. What happened? They canceled it. An annual event every year. Antifa needs to be taken down a peg. I mean, a big peg. So what they're not telling you, see, the media will not tell you everything. The media will only tell you tidbits. Okay, like here, port authorities hold briefing after federal agents shoot and injure two. I wonder why. Right? See, these cocksuckers in Portland is protecting Antifa. The mayor is protecting Antifa, right? Look, I want to see Antifa get the shit kicked out of them. The whole entire group. Look, I don't care if you dress like a giraffe. I don't care if you dress like a porcupine getting fucked in the ass. I don't care. Portland is mainly a Democratic town. Okay, look, I haven't been there since 1980, right? 46 years ago, 40, whatever you know. So the thing is, they're not telling you everything, okay? They're not telling you everything, right? The mayor of Portland calls for ICE to halt all operations. Hey, mayor, fuck you, dude. Ain't gonna happen, okay? ICE is gonna do what it needs to do, okay? If you don't like it, go fuck yourself, okay? Go fuck yourself.
We'll share some details about the shooting and then some of those remarks of his, and we'll go on from there.
Share just a few details. As you're aware, this is still very active investigation, so information is limited and won't be speaking a lot of specifics, but what I can say is that approximately 2:18 this afternoon, Corporate police officers responded to the 10,000 block of Southeast Main Street on the report of a shooting. It came in via a 911 call. Officers confirmed that federal agents had been involved in a shooting. Portland police were not involved in that incident. About 6 minutes later, at 2:24 p.m., officers received information, once again through dispatch, that a man who had been shot was calling and requesting help in the area of Northeast 146 and East Burnside. Our officers responded. We found a male and a female with apparent gunshot wounds. Officers applied a tourniquet and summoned emergency medical personnel. The patients were transported to a local hospital, and their conditions at this time are unknown.
I know.
Officers determined that the two people who were injured in the shooting involving the federal agents from the earlier call. PDB officers.
Maybe if they would, maybe if they would investigate on why they were shot. Maybe that Antifa was firing at ICE agents, and then ICE agents returned fire to defend themselves. Right? God forbid somebody defend themselves. Right? Holy shit! Right? Holy shit! God forbid somebody defend themselves. See, they're not telling you everything.
Secured both scenes, and this is a federal investigation. It's being led by the FBI. We have been in touch with them. We are, in regular contact. This is their responsibility. But when we have these type of events happen in the city, Portland Police Bureau does offer a level of assistance. This is not in any way, shape, or form immigration related on our end, and we do not know the facts of this case. We are simply providing that traditional investigative support and perimeter support, which is minimal. But I do want to make it clear that we are out there. We are not involved in immigration, and we have to.
But yet you hear about defund the police. But when a Democrat gets robbed, call the police. Really, God?
This time do not know if this is an immigration-related event. We do not know which federal agencies were involved. As we know, there are many federal agencies serving in the city of Portland right now. So, as I said, it's a complex situation with a lot of different information coming out. But Portland Police is on the scene, the detectives, etc. I want to say, that I'm saddened that we are here once again in a difficult, challenging, complex situation. But I'm also incredibly grateful for Portlanders. I'm grateful for the way that we have continued to show up over the past year, and we have certainly been tested, and this is no small circumstance. The uncertainty and the fear and the sadness.
Yeah, but they're not telling you everything.
As the chief law enforcement, I recognize that. Our members recognize that, and we are doing everything in our power to maintain that level of peace and calm and safety. And I want to thank Portlanders who have continued to show up in this space as well, and hopeful that they will do so.
But yeah, again, they will not tell you everything. They only tell you what the media is willing to tell you. They'll give you a whole thing here, but they're not cut in half. Cut in half. They only tell you tidbits, man.
For the next couple of days, as I'm expecting many to want to express their frustration and disappointment with events today. As I said, this is brewing on. We do not know the cause, but we are.
Because you don't want them to know the cause, asshole.
I'm going to turn it over now to Thank you, Chief. But also just reiterate what you talked about the city standing tall and really standing together. And I've been before you already too many times under these circumstances, but I'm grateful that every time I do make the call within such a short period of time that the Madam Governor will answer the call, and all of the individuals standing behind me and all of our elected officials
even the governor's a cunt.
Are standing with us as well. And we will always stick together, and we will continue to stand together. Just one day after the horrific violence in Minnesota, our community here in Portland was witness to a moment of fear, confusion, and heartbreak. Earlier this afternoon, 2 people were shot and injured by federal agents in the Hazelwood neighborhood. Violence in our community is devastating. These are not statistics. These are human beings. Portland is not a training ground for militarized agents. Administration talked.
No, but you have militant assholes in your town, Mayor McTwat.
About using full force. We are seeing what it means on our streets. The consequences are not abstract. They are felt in hospital rooms and living rooms, in the quiet moments when families try to make sense of what happened, what is happening. We know what the federal government says happened here. There was a time when we could take them at their word. That time is long past. That is why we are calling on ICE to hold all operations in Portland until a full and independent investigation can take place. Our community deserves answers. Our community deserves accountability. And most of all, our community deserves peace. Earlier today, I spoke with Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry. We shared not just our concerns, but our grief for the families who are suffering, grief for the recklessness of our federal government. The administration is trying to divide us.
You're not telling them everything, asshole. Nobody is being told everything. They're only being told a little bit here, a little bit there. That's what it is. Asshole.
To pit communities against one another, to make us fear one another. Portland. This is a moment to hold each other close.
Fuck you, dude.
Remember that our strength has always come from community, compassion, and solidarity. Yesterday, Governor Walz made an appeal to all of us. Today, I want to say clearly that we stand with Minneapolis, we stand with Minnesota, we stand with Chicago, we stand with LA. We stand with every community that is hurting in our nation, every family that is afraid, every person who feels unseen or unheard. ICE agents and their Homeland Security leadership must fully be investigated and held responsible for the violence inflicted on the American people in Minnesota, in Portland, and in all the communities across America. The Federal Protective Service claims values such as service, integrity, honor, and vigilance.
That's bullshit.
This is the moment to live those values, not behind masks, not through intimidation, but through transparency, accountability, and motive.
Okay, he says transparency. Okay, what about the assholes that are causing more harm than good, asshole? Antifa, right? How come this cocksucker ain't doing shit about it? Because he supports them. He's one of them. The people of Oregon and people of Portland they're tired of this bullshit, man. They're fucking tired of all this crap because they don't want change. They want things to be left the same. I'm sorry. Not everybody agrees with that. They want change to move forward, not backward, man. They want to move forward, not backwards. And the media, and this fucking being a little bash here. I just need some help. No, fuck you, dude. You got people who are committing fraud in Minnesota. Fraud, okay? Fraud. Okay? You got fraud in Minnesota. You got the whole immigration, the whole immigration bullshit there, you know. And it's bullshit. It's bullshit, you know. It is. It's all bullshit, you know. You have to wake the fuck up, man. Look, ICE ain't going nowhere, okay? ICE is not going to go anywhere. Um, see here. Look, some of you are not. Some of you are not getting the full story here. Okay, some of you are not getting the full story. All right. Now, the thing is, people out there protesting, they're going to spin it. Okay, and the thing is, we have to stop and think. Okay, think because you're not getting the full story of what happened in Minnesota. Okay, you're not getting the full story there. And also, you're not getting the full story in Portland. Okay, you're not. So the thing is, until you get the full story here, you're only getting tidbits that will cause some of you to really rile yourself up. You know, stop, take a breath, think. Okay, because you're gonna end up riling yourself up stupid. Okay, really just calm down, breathe, breathe, and think. Okay, look, because the media is pushing this. Okay, they're pushing it. You know, don't jump to conclusion on this one. Take the time to think. Okay, what really happened in Minnesota? All right, they're not giving you everything. Okay, they're not giving you everything at all. See, the thing is, you have these agitators that are fucking busted and shit.
The head of Minnesota's State Investigations Agency says the U.S. Attorney's Office is barred it from taking part in the investigation.
Now, the thing is, you have agitators
Good is still
that are causing this shit, right? Causing this shit. So, whatever happens, they can be like this and spin it one sided. Okay, this is what they do. Spin it one sided. Right. So don't just listen. Don't just hear from one side. Hear from both sides. Smart thing to do is to hear from both sides. If you hear it from one side, you ain't getting everything. If you hear from both sides, then but come to your own conclusion. Don't get it from everybody else because that could be a third party only give you a little bit. You know. Let's see here. Well, the thing is, we have a right to defend ourselves. Okay, we do. Now, so does ICE. They have a right to defend themselves too. You know, the reason ICE is there is to do their job. Look, I get it. You don't like it. Fuck off. Okay, I get it. The thing is, we have an immigration problem. And nobody gets it. Nobody understands it, okay? The Biden administration made it worse for us all, okay? They did. You got a full-blown aging retard and a hoe in office, right? Now, they're the approval ratings of that went down low. They lost, nobody like, fuck them. After Hurricane Helene, that's when it all happened. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, the OG Hawk Tool girl, walked in like hoping for, yay, they got, because Joe Biden showed that he was losing it. Okay. How can you trust these two to get the job done? They were voted, they're put in because to give these lefty loonies what they want, right? Push this transgender bullshit. Push this. Let's do this bullshit. Look, that ain't gonna happen. Right? Ain't gonna happen. People want to change. Okay, they want to change. Right? They wanted things to move on, move forward from all this bullshit that happened under the Biden administration. Okay, 4 years of that bullshit fucked everything up. We all got to really stop and think. We all got to really stop and think, okay? I get it. Nobody likes Trump. I don't care. We have an immigration issue where people who are here illegally, they're not assimilating to our country, they're not even contributing. They would be lazy and relying on your tax dollars just so they can don't work. Don't contribute. Get them the fuck out of here. Okay? Get them out of here. You have people in this country who work their ass off to provide. You have people working their ass off, working 2-3 jobs to make ends meet, pay the bills and shit. They have a mortgage. They have a car payment, right? They have home insurance, car insurance, all this shit. Think about while lazy, illegal morons rely on your tax dollars to support them. And whose fault's that? Democrats, left-leaning assholes. We got to protect the illegals. No, send them fucking back. If they don't want to get off their ass, go through paperwork to become a citizen of this country, or even get a job, get them out of here. Because get them out of here. Get them the fuck out of here. And you have these assholes who are taking eyes and shit, And the thing is, you have people who have no idea how bad it was under Biden, man. Under Biden, man, it got worse. It was the worst fucking time ever. Joe Biden became the he surpassed George W. Bush as the dumbest president ever. Okay, ever. And so somebody's like, I'll vote for Biden again. What? You vote for you're telling me you're willing to vote for a retard again? Go fuck yourself, man. The guy lost the debate. He made the Democrats look fucking bad, man. He lost the debate to Trump. I That's how bad it was, man. That's how bad it was. Okay. Everything got worse. Still is worse today. Rent is what? Rent is what? $1,200 a month, right? People are paying $1,200 for rent for one thing. Okay. Uh, Goods got expensive. Like gas. How come gas is like fuck, dude, man? Uh, this government has been fucking us for a long time. For a long time. Some of you may not like what I'm saying, but stop and face the factor, folks. You've been sold a bill of goods. Okay? You've been sold a bill of goods. I help you choke on it. Because the thing is, some of you who voted for Biden Harris, you got what you deserved. Now choke on it. I didn't vote for Harris or Trump. Because Al Bundy once said, it don't matter who you vote for or what you vote for, it always ends up bad. You know. And I stand by that, you know. I think that some of you who are taking ice need to really stop and think here. Why are they really there? Stop and think. How many people died currently by a illegal immigrant here illegally, right? Has somebody you know or known were harmed, assaulted, raped, murdered by somebody illegal here? What with a criminal record from where they're from? This is the shit you guys think. Okay, you gotta think, right? You you can't be a female, right? In Minnesota, in New York, okay? Places where there are because they want us to assimilate assimilate in their culture, okay? Think about this. You can't be a female in the UK. You can't be a female in Spain or France or Germany, okay? Or anywhere else, some places, because you get followed, you get harassed, right? There are Muslim rape gangs, okay? Muslim rape gangs, but yet you got that one guy, that mayor of London said there is no rape gangs. Are you sure about that? Because you can't be a female, right, without getting harassed in the UK or Spain or Germany or France. You know, gotta think. Okay, here, does it happen here? Yeah, it does. Because they want your women to wear a burqa, right? They want your women to dress like their women. Fuck that, dude. You have a right to be protected. You have a right not being harassed, man. Dude, no shit. You know what the fuck, man. You know shit. Your mother, your sister, your daughter, your niece, whatever. You know, your kids need to be protected, man. You got the German police and the police just fucking livid, man. Tired. I mean, they're pushing back. The police in Germany is fighting back, man. They're like, fuck this shit. No, whatever. Because the thing is, you keep hearing, we're gonna have every Muslim, every household in America. No, no. Because the thing is, you come in here try to do your shit. Trust me, you'll meet a guy with a 30-30 or a 3-6 or a 357 Magnum, whatever, or 44 or 44. You know, because the thing is, in this country, we have people with more guns per capita. Okay. Okay. Here in California and New York, they're making it hard for an American to have a right to bear arms. You know? Because even though it states we have a Second Amendment right to carry, they're trying to put up obstacles for you to keep you from being armed to protect yourself. Okay, it's a constitutional. If I wanted to, I could go to a gun store, look for a 6 hour or a 6075. Okay, have them run a background check on me. What would take a while. Go to a fire range and learn how to use it properly, smart, wise. Okay. Now, Newsom is trying to come up with this constitutional amendment where it outlaws where Americans across the board won't be allowed to carry a firearm. Now, the Second Amendment states we are free men and have the right to carry. Okay. Gavin Newsom is losing it. Okay. If he pushes this shit, it won't pass because Supreme Court will say this is unconstitutional, illegal. Why? Because Gavin Newsom is trying to protect his because he wants to be Newsom wants to be president. Okay. Nobody will vote for the guy. Okay. California right now. Look, I love California, but because of Newsom, it becomes a shithole. Until he's removed, until we have a Republican or somebody of third party as governor to fix his shit. Because look, we have more counties that are red here in California. Okay. Now the thing is, dude. Okay. The thing is, I want to see this English guy be governor. I'll vote for him. Shit. And I hope that he repeals things. I hope he repeals CARB. Remove CARB because CARB stands for California Air Resource Board. Get rid of CARB. Okay? Get the fuck rid of CARB, man. We don't need that shit. Okay? Because CARB is nothing more than the Democrats' piggy bank here in California. That's all I'm saying. Right, folks? My name is Reverend Ordo, and this has been the Anonymous Republican Network. If you're new to this channel, like, subscribe, comment below, hit the bell for notification. Always live healthy, happy, and wise. I love you guys. And we'll all see you in the next video. Peace out. Godspeed. Buddha bless.